and welcome. You know, in my myriad of cheesy videos, there was one particular I did where I covered ice. I did 4 methods of different ways to make ice with foam and then various ways to paint that foam. So, it was in that video that I mentioned at least once that those same techniques can be used for stone. Wait a minute. So, I thought I would show you some of my older crafts that I've done when I was doing some cave terrain. And sure enough, you'll be able to see, if you've watched that episode where I'm talking about ice, you'll be able to see where you use the exact same techniques, just different colors of paint to get the same effect. So I'm going to show you some of those so you can make the comparison.
Welcome to the craft room. Welcome one and all. Here, you'll see 3 paint schemes on several cave terrain pieces. All of the techniques used on the cave terrain pieces were the same exact techniques used on the ice walls from the previous ice wall video. This paint scheme was chosen to give the appearance of a reddish clay sort of cave structure or stone. The same techniques were used as were used on this ice wall. The soldering iron was used to burn these grooves, cracks, or crevices, if you will, into the ice. Thus, this played out very well on the stone. The only difference is the paint scheme. To fill in some of this silent dead space on the video, I'll say something quite random that has nothing to do with anything. This is one of those things. Here you'll see some stalagmites. A few toothpicks were added, some hot glue, and the same paint scheme. The same hot glue technique used for the icicles on this wall. This paint scheme was used to represent granite. You'll notice the foam circles were placed one on top of the other, much like a wedding cake. Once they were glued together, I simply used an open flame to melt the foam, giving it an irregular and very natural look. Then various colors, gray, blue, white, brown, were all added to give it that granite-like appearance. More awkward silence. I'll fill it in with this concept. El sonido del futuro. And now for the sandstone. As you see here instead of hot glue, I used collage page. It's a glue/sealant that dries very quickly. This drawn-out sequence will be filled in with this idea. Einbeiten mag frei. This collage page is shown here in the video. Apply liberal to the top and allow to drip down. Then when it dries, simply paint whichever technique you desire, for whatever taste you're looking for. Here you'll see the cave terrain pieces placed with cave tiles. As you can see, the color variations allow each piece to blend in quite well. As this scene is being milked for all it's worth, just remember, schnell konntest du Rausch. And there you have it. Fantastic.